Okay, boys and girls, can I have the girls walk on their heels to the carpet in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Awesome. Please have a seat on your bottom. Boys, can I have you walk on one heel and one toe to the carpet? Very fast. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, awesome. Now today, we're going to start our literacy lesson today, so I expect full body listening and attention to task at all times, eyes on the teacher. All right, so this is a lesson you do within the first few weeks of the school year, introducing our letters here. This would be on a big board, more visual for the students, but this will suffice for the video. With a pointer, the students will echo after me. Remember, students, I need you to echo. I need to hear your voice nice and clear. A apple A. Then students will repeat A apple A. B bat buh. B bat buh from the students. And you go through this the whole, from A all the way to Z. And expect enthusiasm and clear speech from your students. Really expect that. Hold them to that high standard. And then after you go through the whole alphabet, pick a student that was modeling full body listening, really engaged in the lesson. Have them come up and they have a pointer. It'd be a nice, more student-friendly pointer than this, but this will work for just an example. And have the student, Johnny, can you please point out the vowels to the students? And Johnny will go, A apple A. The class will repeat, A apple A. E ed E ed excuse me, and so forth. So once we go through that, our little drill warm-up activity, students will then go back to their seats. Once they get back to their seats, they have about 5 to 10 seconds to do that. Everything you can see is time management. You need total control the whole time. Once you're back at their seats, okay, that was great warm-up, boys and girls. Now I need you to go into your desk and take out your tile boards. We're going to go over some of the letters that we heard today. So students go back to their seats. They take out a tile board. This is like an example of a tile board. These will be broken up. They're magnetic. And then you try to see that there. They will have all these magnetic tile pieces on a board. And so once they have that ready to go, full body listening once again. Expect that from all students. Students will, okay, I need you to show me the letter A. Put it on your board now. You have 5 seconds to do so. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold up your board. Students will hold up their board. It should have the letter A on it. Okay, they put their board back down. Now students, pick up your finger. And students will then pick up their finger. And we're going to skywrite the letter A, the lowercase a. So students will hold up their finger up in the air. The students have a lot of fun with this activity here. And together, modeling with the teacher will model it and do it with them. Big circle, come down. That's a good example of how you'd skywrite that. Do that with the letter B, lowercase b. And you actually see the students physically making it in the air. That gives them the model, and that gives them an example of actually how they're expected to draw the letters. You can see if students need any special skills or any special help with this. So moving on, we go through that. We go through not all the letters, enough where you get a sense of students are able to do the skill. Because eventually you're going to have to be able to write it on their own. Okay, students, you can now have a seat in your chairs. Today we will be reading a book called At the Market, and show them the book, just an example of the book here. Who can raise their hand nice and quiet and tell me what certain fruits that you have seen, maybe in your house or maybe at the store going food shopping with your mom and dad? Students will raise their hand quietly. Students call out, oh, I've seen apples, bananas. Okay, what color are these certain fruits? Who can name me certain colors that you've seen of certain fruits that you like? Students give you certain colors. Red, blue, green, yellow. All examples there. Now, I'm going to start reading you this story here. I expect full body listening, and I want you to listen to the certain letters that you hear throughout this story. Then you show them the book. Make sure you show the pictures. I can see the apples. Raise your hand if you can see the apples in the picture. What color apples do you see in the picture? Who can tell me what letter the word apple begins with? And throughout those questions, students will be raising their hand. I can see the bananas. What letter does banana start with? Students answer B, and so on and so forth. You read the entire story to the students, modeling what you're looking for. What letters do you recognize there? What letters can we eventually draw, and of that nature? So once you finish the book, you will hand students their very own personalized My ABC book. Here, their names will be on it. Prior to this lesson, this is like their own personal book. They will have this all figured out. This is just an example here. Now, in your book, you're going to practice some of the key letters that you saw in that story. So now, students, I want you to turn to the first page. What letter do you see there? The letter A. Now, I want you to draw me a letter A. And you can even model, again, skywrite with the students again. You can also model it on the board, right on the board, how you expect the letter A to be made. So then as you're doing this, this is like an assessment. You can use it as an assessment tool as well. So first students will write the letter, and then once you see the class is done with that, then you want them to sketch a picture of it, just with their pencil, not with crayons and all that. Just sketch a picture of the apple, that they saw in the story. And do this for a few examples here. Have them model that they can skywrite the letter, then actually have them physically write the letter in their My ABC book. And on top of that, have them make a picture in their book as well. It makes a nice connection between the picture, what they saw, and the actual letter. Now, this would be your grade assessment, your summative assessment to see what was learned during the lesson. This is their poetry book. And for today, it's going to be for poem A. It's going to be a poem on apples because it relates to the book and the lesson and the story that we did here. So together you will read this out loud. I can see apples on a tree. How many apples? 1, 2, 3. Now, on the teacher's go, you want your students to have their pencil and have them circle. This is the directions. First, have them circle every single A they see on this page, so they become familiar with that letter. The A in apples, the A in the word can. Have them circle every single A. That's number one. Next, for part of this summative assessment, have them, for students with an IEP, you can take this and actually, prior to the lesson, draw actual lines. So it will make it easier for them to know where they're expected to draw this letter. And obviously you'll be modeling and walking around. The teacher assistant will also be walking around. Next, for part of your assessment, have them make a letter A on their own. And then next, have them draw a picture and color in an apple. Now they can use color. Color in the apple that they saw during your modeling, during the lesson, and during the story. And that is my lesson for a kindergarten class of 15 or more. Okay? Thank you.